The standard for the industry is basically a few inches of gravel at the bottom, and then 6 to 10 inches of sand, and then your grass layer on top of that. And down in that gravel and sand is where all your drainage and stuff will go. And then as far as the type of grasses, basically from here, DC, Maryland, and south on the East Coast, it's mainly Bermuda grass in the summer, overseeded with ryegrass in the fall and spring. As far as the rest of the soils, I mean, the infield clay is an engineered mix of clay, silt, and sand, with the majority of that being clay, and the manufacturers kind of go in and make sure all of those levels are exactly where they need it to be for it to perform its best. 80% of the game of baseball is played on the dirt, and that's why it is dirt, because if it was grass, it would get torn up and it would look bad, and it wouldn't play well after a while. So we put clay in those areas so that we can patch it and drag it and keep it smooth throughout the game and throughout the season. The infield mixes 15, 20 years ago were basically just whatever they could find at the local supplier. So it was usually very sandy, very silty. It didn't hold up very good to wear and tear, and they were having to get those asphalt rollers out and roll it over and over and over again to keep it compact. Whereas just in the past 10, 15 years, companies have done a really good job of coming up with these soils that are mainly clay and have the right ratio of everything in it, to where it's designed to hold up from cleat marks, from ground balls, from guys sliding on it and stuff like that. And then the conditioners that we put on top of it, I mean, our clay work would take 5-6 times longer every day if the clay we were working with wasn't the quality that it was. Over the season, the clay areas get pretty worn down. So every night after the game, we're fixing holes on the mound and plate. We're dragging the infield, and we're flooding the infield dirt, just getting it pretty much as wet as we can, so the next day it doesn't dry out and crack, because it plays best when it has a good moisture level. So the warning track is, I mean, every field, every stadium has kind of their own warning track. What we use here is it's just a bunch of tiny rocks. It's basically just painted gravel. The purpose of it is when a ball is going toward the stands, toward the wall, or anywhere in foul territory, for players run into it, with this warning track, they have 15 feet of gravel to run on. So as soon as they take that first step on there, they know they have less than 15 feet before they run into the wall.